Hey, Tom Holland, it's awesome to see you again. Last time we caught up was in Bali. The world changed a bit since then.
Yeah, the world's a very different place.
When we chatted in 2019, Tom, you said you were just loving everything about the movie-making process, even doing the interviews. Are you still enjoying it all?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I've been loving every minute. You know, I'm a bit under the weather today, so I could have used an extra hour in bed, but I'm still loving it. And, you know, when you're promoting a movie that you're very proud of, you know, especially with people that you love, it makes it all that much more special. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm definitely enjoying myself.
They have good reason to worry about spoilers. This is the first time a live-action movie has cracked open what fans call the multiverse, merging this world with that of the previous Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield franchises.
Hello, Peter.
Tom, I speak to a lot of actors who are obviously keen to pump up their movie, but when you crack open the multiverse, how confident are you that you are going to blow our minds?
There was definitely things that we were nervous about because the film is so big and we were dealing with stuff that was very complicated to try and navigate. The story was something that took a long time to crack. But now that the film is finished and we've seen the final film, we all feel very confident the fans won't be disappointed, and that all of these speculations and all of these fan theories, you know, people will feel very fulfilled.
Obviously, there are some villains that come into the multiverse world that we do know about.
Yes.
There's chat about various Spider-Mans appearing. I will not try to get any more information out of you, Tom. Did this film feel more special or bigger than even some of the previous ones?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely did. I mean, in some respects, it felt the same. We were back in Atlanta, the same cast, the same crew, and then in other respects, it felt like a completely different franchise. You know, we were having these villains come back, reprising these roles. The action sequences are much bigger, it's much funnier, it's much more emotional, the stakes are much higher. So it really did feel like we were kind of making this, it's almost like an Avengers movie, I guess.
The film opens with Peter Parker dealing with becoming the most famous person in the world. You had to deal with, you know, with this, and still, I guess, dealing with it. How did you deal with it when initially, that first Spider-Man movie, when you were announced as Spider-Man, how did you deal with it?
It's an interesting thing. I mean, it definitely takes a long time to get used to, and I got to be honest, I still don't think it's something that I'm used to. You know, like when you're a, you know, London lad walking down the street and all of a sudden everybody knows your name and is looking at you. It's a very weird feeling. You know, but I just have relied on my friends, you know, some of my fellow Avengers, Zendaya, some other people, to kind of guide me through this process of what being famous means and how to navigate it properly. But it's also been really nice to have a way to connect to Peter Parker. You know, Peter Parker finally has something that's going on in his life that's already happened in my life, which is just really nice and refreshing. Unfortunately, he's famous because everyone thinks he's a mass murderer. I'm famous just because I wear spandex and swing around on green screen.
Tom's next starring role is calling on another one of his talents, something we saw when he took to the stage in Billy Elliot the Musical, and again during this epic lip-sync battle.
You just announced that you'll be starring in a Fred Astaire biopic, which is a fantastic piece of casting. Out of interest, was your lip-sync battle an audition 4 years ago for that role?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I do know that Amy Pascal, the wonderful Amy Pascal, brought it to my attention, and I went for lunch at her house, and I tap danced at her breakfast table, and, you know, it was a done deal. And the script has come in. I haven't read the script yet. I've been too busy, but I'm excited to, and I'm sure it's an incredible story. And it'll be nice to get some tap shoes again. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Well, Tom, it's always a pleasure having a chat, mate. I can't wait to see the rest of No Way Home, and we'll hopefully chat again soon.
Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate it. See you next time.
See you in the first 40 minutes. It is mouth-watering. Spider-Man.